Movie review of Domino Effect. Shot about 3 years ago and only recently just released for streaming on YouTube Castle Crew TV. This faith-based movie titled Domino Effect is written by Emmy Phenom and Freddie George, also directed by and starring as Emeka, produced and executively produced by Same alongside Idris Akinsui. Synopsis is Emeka, Freddie George, and Chika Ike are a married couple battling with miscarriages. Chinwa's mother, portrayed by Ngozi Nwosu, is a prayer warrior and is the spiritual backbone of the family. Emeka's friend, played by Diemi Okanlawan, is equally supportive and an ever-present help. The family would witness a drastic change when a stranger portrayed by Omodada finds her way into the home. What change did the family experience? How did this affect all involved? Well, you follow events unfold in this family drama. My take is, in the course of watching this movie, I honestly didn't know how to feel, while the presence of Diemi gave the vibes of the Nollywood of today. Ma'am Ngozi Nwosu and Chika Ike kept on sending me on a journey down memory lane to Nollywood of the 90s and early, mid to late 2000s, respectively. The story and plot tried to infuse the techniques and elements of storytelling from the period mentioned in the later part above. If the producer had so much as casted veteran Kanayo here, then that would have been the icing on the cake. Although the aforementioned shouldn't be anything to worry about, however, the overall outcome of the movie just felt like a waste of talents and opportunity. The cast is a star-studded one by today's standards, but the intended impact of the movie was not felt, especially for a viewer like myself, as there are some missing bits and bobs here and there. Performance-wise, the seasoned actors did their thing, but Freddie George should have given that role of Emeka to another actor who would have interpreted it better. No offense. His acting felt off in some scenes, and his pairing with Chika Ike wasn't particularly a great on-screen match. True, the end message of this movie is to be fervently prayerful, as scriptures say to pray without ceasing, and also to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Nevertheless, the end felt rushed and the direction didn't quite do justice. My observation: 1. So what was causing all the miscarriages for the couple before the stranger came into the house? No medical history was provided. Did I miss it? Or is this a case of the devil using a prevailing circumstance to penetrate a family? If so, this wasn't exactly depicted. 2. In all the infertility struggles, we never saw the couple seeking any medical intervention nor engaging in any spiritual activity. Only Chinwa's mother did this. Hence, it was difficult establishing how much faith-based this movie is when the leads were neither here nor there. Well, except for the aspect of intercession though. 3. I must admit, they caught me a tinny-winny bit with the twist and backstory, but these felt more or less disorganized and hastened, as it really didn't quite hit the spot for me. It was lacking of the wow factor. 4. What was the role and involvement of Chief, whatever his name was? The later part of the movie only ended up watering it down, to be quite frank. 5. Chin mentioned she needed a maid to help with the chores. Yet, she hired one and we still saw her doing her laundry herself. Not that this is bad, but for how it was portrayed and how much she desperately needed respite, one would have thought we would see her busy with office stuff both home and away as she claimed. 6. Moreso. Speaking of maid, we never got to see Chin teach the maid how to cook as she promised. Or did I miss something? Now, I don't have a problem with houses in movies having a poverty undertone. In fact, I appreciate them if properly and naturally depicted. But when a household is portrayed to be rich, then it should show just that. What in the world of a color-rioting interior decor was going on in Chin's house? That was distractingly annoying and displeasing to my eyes. Well, people have different tastes and class of design sense though. See, there's more, but I'd rather stop here. Conclusively, this movie is not a bad watch. It just didn't meet expectations, especially based on the cast. Perhaps my hopes were too high, or maybe not. But it is what it is. Somewhat relatable in that some purported Christian families have that one family member who intercedes steadfastly in the place of prayers for the others. It also passed a salient message to be careful how we let strangers into our homes. These, nonetheless, are not new concepts as far as Nollywood is concerned. We've seen everything this movie stood for 1,000,000 times over. The plot didn't help matters, hence the general result of the movie seemed stale in my opinion. Couldn't help but give the rating above. Have you seen this? What did you think? You are so generous with your rating. I was disappointed after watching the movie. Everything seemed rushed. I would have loved to see how the maid left. What became of Chief Balagan? For a supposed career woman. We didn't see Chin in any work outfit or step out into a work environment. I usually don't enjoy any movie Chika Ike acts. I don't know why. It doesn't give me originality, especially her performance. Stella Emmanuel Gospel. Exactly, watching her now made me realize why she hasn't always been the top actress. Her performance feels forced and her acting doesn't reflect the character. Going for acting classes won't be bad. I doubt if I can ever be a fan of Chika. I have never liked her acting right from time. I can't watch any movie she is in. I managed to watch the one she did with D, and I was frustrated. D get query from me for that movie. You are so right, Ma. I didn't even understand the whole point of the movie. It was looking like a movie produced years back. Dayami and Dada's presence at the end was what made it look like a recent movie.